All right, what's up, ASL members? This is your league owner and commissioner, July 4th and Rabbit. This is a rules reminder video. I feel like we have to put this out because I've played a few games recently, and I'm not going to call it any names, doesn't matter. Not just me that's played games. We've had some complaints for other people too. But just got to remind you guys of some of these rules and what we do and why we're uh, causing these rules. So I'm not going to be too quick here. I mean, I'm not going to take too long. I just want to kind of be quick. Rolling out. Let me start with that. It seems like every new person we bring in has trouble with this. You're not allowed to roll out immediately. You're not allowed to run beyond the tackles without pressure, and you're not allowed to, and you're not allowed to just slowly move out of the pocket and just keep moving to the left until you're on the sideline. Um, it's pretty simple when you're allowed to move. You're allowed to run within the tackles. You're allowed to run on play action rollouts, designed play actions, and you're allowed to run when there's pressure. And imagined pressure does not count. You can't use excuses like, "Hey," and these are all things I've heard. I have a running quarterback. He throws better on the run, so I figured I'd run to throw it. No, it's not a good enough excuse. Um,
Do a
well,
rollout.
you've been getting through all day. I was afraid he was going to get through again. Sorry, that might work once, but when you're doing it all game, sorry. Um, and I have a running quarterback. It makes sense for me to listen. The pocket is broken in Madden. That's been broken for years. If you look, it's a flat line instead of a real pocket. There's no quarterback in the NFL that hikes the ball and runs straight right because they would get absolutely clobbered. We can't simulate that in Madden. There's nothing I can do with the programming or anything, any sliders that are going to simulate a pocket in the NFL. So I understand some of your arguments. However, this league does not use those arguments as valid excuses. So when you're telling the owner of the league why you're allowed to run out and I'm telling you why you can't, I'm trying to help you out because I'm trying to keep you in this league. Um, let me also say that if you feel like, oh, worst case scenario is I don't get called up, I could just stay in ASL. ASL is a great run league. I could just stay down here. That's also not going to happen. At the end of the Madden cycle, especially, but we might do it sooner. If we don't feel like you're developing, if you're not bringing to the table, get called up, and you're still playing by these rules and you're not developing, we're not going to keep you in ASL either. There's no reason to. We've got plenty of people that won in ASL. Why are we going to sit here worrying about you and trying to get you to play right? Don't have time for that. So if you don't feel like following these rules are good enough, or you feel like they're silly rules, or you don't feel like there's a reason we should be, you don't feel like there's a valid reason why we do them, that's fine. There's plenty of other leagues out there who are a lot less strict than us. A lot less strict. We do things our way. It's how we want to do it. You want to be a part of what we do, you got to follow our rules. So the rolling out, just cut it out, guys. I mean, I'm seeing it too much, and I see it especially when the game's on the line. So I know you know the rules, and I know you're playing to win. When our motto is sim over wins, so I see when the game's on the line, rules are getting broke the most, and that infuriates me because that means I know you know the rules, but you just want to win so much that you don't really care. And that's kind of aggravating to me. That's not winning with respect and honor that we require in NSL. Um, so the rollout's one thing. Second, hot routes. You're only allowed to hot route one receiver per play. You can put guys in blocking. That's fine, and it's going to count as a hot route for one block. For each block. But it's if you see two or three hot routes and you got a question, it's what I do is I'm going to record the play and I'm going to go back and look at it. And if you're doing that, if you're putting more people on routes and lying to me, I'm going to consider that cheating. So don't cheat, because cheating is an auto boot in here. Everyone knows the rules. Rabbit sent you that message. I know he did. I sent it to NSL the day before. Everyone understand. If you don't understand these rules, by all means, please come ask one of us. We will explain them the best we can. We will make sure you understand what you are and are not allowed to do. Um, Mixing up your plays. I see a lot of people using the Saints playbook, the one for that a lot of Madden tournaments using, and they're using a lot of these Madden tournament plays, the halfback wheel, there's a few of them in that playbook with the 2 wide receiver sets and the snugs. You know what I'm talking about, Rabbit.
Yep,
All
yep.
right. Yeah, those plays are great. They work really well. Yeah, don't use them all game long. Uh, Mix up your playbook. I should not be able to see. I should not see the same formation all game long. You know, I I see. I'm seeing the same. I've seen the same Saints playbook 4 or 5 games in a row. It's like, all right, I've already seen these plays. Um, Mix your playbook. Go into the run sometimes. Go into the pass sometimes. Um, mix it up on defense, and make sure if you're complaining about somebody on defense, you're not doing the exact same thing. We've had that happen.
Yeah,
So mix up.
especially on defense, guys. We 20% man roughly. The worst. I hate going back and looking through games and counting the number of plays to see what people are doing. But if there's a complaint, that's what we're going to do. And running, you know, less than 20% man is not cool, and that's why we've got these rules out there. And just like July said, if you don't like it or you think they're too strict, then by all means, we can refer you to somewhere else, or you can find some other league to play in. That's our rules, and especially in ASL because we're trying to develop folks. So to be what we want them to be in NSL, and I think that's a big key to why NSL is ran pretty much. I don't know that we've had any gameplay complaints this season at all.
No, not in two seasons. Zero gameplay complaints. And there's a reason for that, and that's why we call it the best from ASL, so we don't have the gameplay complaints when we get to NSL. So mixing it up, offense and defense. Yeah, like I said, especially defensively. Cover 3 all game isn't going to work, man. Run some cover 2s, cover 4s, cover 6s, whatever you got to do to mix it up. I'm not telling you to run, hey, 10% cover 2, 20% cover 3. Run what you're comfortable with. I think our play says you can run roughly half the plays as cover 3, but that's roughly half the plays. That's not roughly 80% of the plays, or roughly. So mix it up. And if you're uncomfortable mixing it up, there's something wrong with your game. You got to help mix it up. Maybe you got to improve your game. I promise you, honestly, when you start mixing up your defense is going to get better, believe it or not. Because if other people are calling random or diversifying their offense, and you're diversifying your defense, it changes the way the game is played. It's not played like you would see on a Madden tournament, the MUT tourney things. It's not played like that. I know they choose one defense because it works so great, but the way we're doing it, it changes the whole way the game's played. You're calling defenses, they're calling offenses. It turns into more of a cerebral thing, and that's what we like to see. That's what we're going for here. Also, activity. I see activity has been dropping a little bit in ASL. Yeah, we're not going to have that. We've got a list of how many games you've played, and we're getting pretty close to booting out a few more people just because they aren't playing their games. You don't got time for this league. That's cool. You're not hurting my feelings, or Rabbits for that matter. I don't believe. If you can't be in this league, if you don't feel like this is the league for you, that's fine. I get that. This is a very strict league. It's not going to be for everybody. If you don't have time to be in this league, that's fine. Hey, people have got lives. Do what you got to do, man. But we're asking that if you're going to be in this league, you try to follow our rules. You try and give, play your games. You do the best you can to be a part of this league. And if me or Rabbit or another NSL member, and there's one per division for the specific reason of watching to see how you guys, making sure that we're playing by the rules, try and give you a little feedback. Don't take that as us being sore losers or giving you shit. We're trying to help you out. If I really was a sore loser, I would just boot you. I have no problem. We have 4 people on the waiting list, something like that. I don't care that you you beat me. If I was a sore loser, I would just kick you out and bring in somebody I could beat. I don't care. What I care about is when I'm in the fourth quarter and I'm seeing people play their gameplay change from the first to the fourth. And that really bothers me because it means I see people. I think most of ASL knows the rules, and I hate that I got to even make this video because I feel like most of y'all know the rules. Finish it off. Do the right thing. Game's on the line. Play the right way. If you lose, lose like a man. Don't lose like a little, punk. Hurry up. Forgot to go to hurry up. Let me mention that. Hurry up is also broken in Madden. In real life, you can change plays a lot quicker. There's more than 3 to choose from. You cannot run hurry up all game long. At the end of the second and end of the fourth, let me refer that. End of the second, end of the fourth, you're allowed to run hurry up, man. I understand you're trying to get the clock moving. There's only one real way to do it. Even though it's not the best, we're going to allow it in those situations. Down 2 scores in the third, not the time to run hurry up for the rest of the game at all. Why? There's no reason to. I understand some NFL teams run hurry up like that all game long, but the difference is the defense is able to switch out personnel. The hard part about real life teams running hurry up is that the defense doesn't have time to switch personnel, all the time. But in Madden, you have personnel. In real life, at least you can have people line up on the sideline and get them off real quick. You don't even have that opportunity in Madden. In Madden, you got the chance to choose 3 plays, and then that's it. I wish it was more like NCAA. NCAA, I felt like, did the hurry up damn near perfectly. But we don't. We have Maddens. So please, guys, come on. That is in the rules, I believe, too. I mean, going for it, go for it on realistic times. I've seen people go for it up 7, in their side of the field, and they're about to go up 2 scores before half, and they're like, I'm going to go for it. Like, come on, man. There's no real reason to go for it here. You're being aggressive. You do it once or twice a season, that's fine. But if you're doing it every time you're up 7 or up on your side of the field, I mean, that's not how we're playing here, man. Nobody's super aggressive in coaching. Every coach would take being up 2 scores over being up 1. There's not a single coach in the NFL is like, hey, you know what I want to be? Only up 1 score, possibly. I mean, do you disagree with that, Rabbit? Is that?
No, that's 100% agree. And like you say, it's situational. If you do it once or twice a year, that's one thing. But if you're doing it once a game or once every other game, there's no real need for that. And we don't have an official rule on 4th down, but other than don't be a dick. And if you're doing it once a game or once every couple games, just 2, then you're being a little bit of a dick. So.
The reason we don't have a 4th down rule is because we feel like it's all situational. I can't put a time when you can go for it on 4th down. Sometimes you just feel the game. I've went for it on 4th down in the third quarter, down 7 on his 40 before because I just could not stop. I'm like, well, if I don't score here, the game's going to be over. And I went for it. It was on 4th and 1 or something. It wasn't crazy, but I felt like a team would go for it in that instance. Instead of punting it, I haven't been able to stop them all game. I've seen coaches go for that. My defense had been okay. It's just, situational. Don't be a dick, come on, play. But nobody's doing that in the first quarter. You understand this. That was in the third. You get a feel for the game. So try to, I don't know how else to say it, guys. You got to follow the rules. Those are the main ones I've seen. Mix up your plays. Calm down with the quarterback rollouts. I've seen way too many of them. And another thing, running throughout the tackles does not mean hike and dash throughout the tackles. Only if it's a quarterback run. That doesn't mean, hey, I can run throughout the tackles, hike and run. Come on, guys. Play the game. If you want to do that, there's quarterback runs you can do that on. Don't just hike and run on a shotgun play. I hate that I'm seeing this kind of stuff because this isn't the kind of stuff we want to be a part of. So, everyone's required to watch this video. Please let me know that you've watched this video. Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Rabbit, is there something you want to add or any gameplay things you've heard of or seen that you think really need to be nipped in the ass here?
No, I mean, that's the biggest thing is just mixing up plays. I haven't heard it or seen it too much on offense. The biggest thing is defense and people being afraid to run man. And, if everybody's doing it, then everybody is going to catch somebody in man just like you would in the NFL, and you're going to catch them for a good play. But if you run man 3 or 4 times in the first half and then once in the second half because it's a close or tight game and you don't want to do that, that's not what it's all about, and that's not what we're here for. So be sure you're mixing those up, and then just to double down on getting your games in, guys. Too many forced losses for folks, too many sims for folks. And I understand, you're not going to be able to match up all the time. People have to work OT or got to go out of town or whatever it may be. But the fact that we've had to chase down so many games every advance, um, figuring out what's going on with it. Once you know it's not going to be played or something's going on, let us know. You guys have done a little bit better job of that since we gave that feedback, a couple weeks ago, and I appreciate that. But there's still too many, and there's going to be no hard feelings if we get to the end of the season and review everybody's games played, and there's a couple of folks that might get the boot. So just be sure that you're getting those in and letting us know when you're not going to be able to play. So
yeah. And just let me say, I expect everybody to play me like you play everybody else. But I feel bad because the way some people are playing me, I don't even know what they're doing to non-commissioners. I feel bad because I feel like sometimes people do maybe play me a little differently. But if you're playing me like this, man, I can't even imagine how your games are going on non-commissioner owner because
right.
So get everything together, guys. This is simple. It's not hard. We're not asking for craziness. We'll send this to everybody. Let us know back that you understood. If you have a problem with somebody else, if somebody's fucking with you and cheesing you, don't retaliate by like, well, he was doing it. Take videos, send it to us. It's only a game. You might not make the playoffs. Things happen.
Also, give that feedback to them in game, and then maybe you guys work out there and like, oh, sorry, got caught up in doing X, Y, Z, and that's why I did it. I won't do it again. That's fine. But and if that person doesn't take that feedback, because I've seen where people try to provide honest feedback and they're not being a dick about it, and then the other person turns around and is like, "F you," I'm not doing that, or whatever. Then bring it to us, and then we'll handle it. So, but again, always stats or video. It can't be he said, she said.
Stats and videos.
Gotta have those. Yeah, I was going to say we got to have that. Otherwise it's just your word against theirs, and we're not going to pick sides there. So
yeah, 100%. So do that. If you got problems, send them to us. A lot of people record their games, and we've watched. I don't know how many games this year in ASL. Probably 6 or 7 full games just to count plays, what's happening. Is that about right?
Yeah, at least.
Extreme does a lot of them. He's I guess got free time to be watching entire Madden games. Well, we do. If there's a complaint, we watch the whole game. One of us does. Me, Rabbit, or Extreme will watch the whole game and count all the plays and give you feedback. That's about it. I don't want this to be too long, but if you could just do those things for me, prove that you want to be a part of ASL, and in turn, prove that you one day want to be a part of NSL, that'd be great. That's all I'm asking. That about right, Rabbit? Everything good?
That's it, guys. Just we got the rules. The rules are out there on the Daddy Leagues. You should have got them when you come in. And we always ask, do you have any questions? And it's always nope. And there's a couple of questions about analytics and things like that, but for the most part, people are like, yeah, I'm good with them. So let's play like we're good with them. So
yeah. So any questions, feel free to come to us before you keep breaking them. If you feel like you might be breaking them, come to us. Ask us for clarification. We will be glad to clarify. All right, guys, that's good. Let me know that you got this video, and I'll hound you if you don't. So thanks. Peace.